Good afternoon, everybody. I am Dr. James Pitchai, Vice Chancellor, Bhararhiar University, a state university of Tamil Nadu, Coimbatore. Higher education, we all know which plays a vital role for the development of our country. Universities are the most important, as an important role for the upliftment of higher education. We all know the capacity of creating technologies is the economic power of the knowledge era. Technologies has to be derived through innovations. This intellectual innovation has to be harvested from the fertile field of research. Universities are the fertile field of research. The thoughts, ideas, innovations of the minds of the scientists has to be structured or colored, which has to be intellectually placed in the intellectual place that is called university. See, our intellectual properties of youth are number one in the world. We are also traveling the whole world. Even myself, I spent in 17 countries in 7.5 years, which I took my 3 PhDs in TNAU Coimbatore, Auckland, and Kansas State University. But the language barrier plays a vital role. The magic permutation and combination of magic letters of ABC, XYZ is the problem for us. Otherwise, so many Bill Gates are in India, mind it. As a topmost academician, I am proud to say the involvement of the innovations of this so many private agencies for the private universities and to the state universities has played a vital role. We have got 555 million youth that is 60% of the youth is in our country. You know, our higher education average percentage is 13 to 15 only, whereas in the US states is 72% of higher education. But these 13 to 15% of higher education bringing back in the name of foreign exchange $777 billion per year. That is our brain of our youth. So the language barrier and the excellence of education is a need-based for our youth. 17.5% of the world population with the 2.5% of the geographical area, we operate in 359 million hectares of land, whereas education system has tremendously enhanced is by 60% when compared to the independence, pre-independence. We were having only 2.1 lakhs students were enrolled before independence. That is, we were having only 20 universities in our country, whereas after the 60 years, we have enhanced our university number to really about 659 universities. The enrollment of higher education in India has enhanced from 2.1 lakhs to 167.75 lakhs. See, we have got the institutions in India, as per the UGC census says, 33,023 institutes in India. The excellence is starting every day. So, we are concentrating on literate and intellectual properties and the retention capacity of Indian child. Our country, we are having about 35 states, that is 28 states and 7 union territories with 646 districts, with 7,936 cities, 6,41,848 villages. And in the language, the world language is 2,946 languages in the world, whereas in our country alone we speak 1,452 languages. As an academician, we have got the perfect responsibility how best we have to enhance the excellence of youth. Higher education is a 4-dimensional one. If a country is not developing in higher education, whatever maybe you develop any technologies or innovations cannot be put into use. Because we have to nurture, that is our exploitation, the title itself is Nurturing of Excellence of Higher Education. we divide among our community, or in the communities in India is 6,456 communities, just imagine. So, with a population of 121 lakh crores, 1 lakh, nearly 98,642 as per the census of 31st March 2012, says 55 new mouths a day. We have the capacity of 700th billionth child was born in UP in the month of October in 2012. What it shows, we need more of attention for the improvement of higher education. One of the things is the commercialization of education has to be stopped, because our higher education system, once upon a time, the education is a costliest affair, and the education institutes were only in urban areas, not in rural areas. Whereas the movement from urban to rural is about 8 to 9 for every 10. Now, education is going to the village and knocking the door of the individual, stating that education has come down to your house, accept the education. Yes, that is all because of the involvement of so many private people in our country. In Tamil Nadu, as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, that is an intellectual and educational hub of India. How best we can improve is through sort of deliberations and innovations like this sort of quorums. So educationalists and educational aides who are preparing for various aids has to come forward with jointly how best we can improve our Indian students of higher education enrollment. The vision of 2023 of Tamil Nadu says we will achieve in 2015 is about 25% in higher education. And the enhancement has to be improved. At the same time, dropouts, as you are telling, the dropouts has to be minimized. Modernization, urbanization, industrialist coupled increase in population has made us to think like this of excellence of year. So, one of time, as a topmost academician of the University of Government University, I take this wonderful opportunity, how best these sort of deliberations to come forward to make our university as an excellence and to make our education system as a perfect right towards the globalization. As the chairman says, among the 200, at least we'll be ranking in this because of language barrier. Mind it, of the language system or the modern lab or equipment, I was seeing this exhibition and all, this has to be come forward. The cost has to be reduced because private universities, the involvement of even the finance or positions 2,500 crores per year of education has to be enhanced. By way of coming out of latest technologies, innovations, our system has to be developed. So we have to nurture our higher education so that the development of our country will be in the educational dimension. Thank you.